I forgot to change it. Sorry, folks. I played the wrong opening.
You are on Wednesday Wham.
Yes.
Do not adjust your set. Do not.
I thought I had
You're
everything
in the
set
right
up.
place. Yeah.
I thought I checked everything, and I did not check the opening. So my bad, folks.
It was still left up there from last night's pod or the
That's right.
streaming. So yeah, it's
Hi,
it's
Pops.
an easy one. Hey, there.
I'm sure you saw that little screw up there. Sorry about that.
Hey,
It's always something here.
Get all the screwed ups out of the way right off.
Well, yes. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have two things going on tonight. First off, we have my podcast subject, which is what's in a name, and we're going to talk about how do you pick a name for your book? How do you pick a name for your character? And then at 1:45, we are going to launch another crowdfunder. And this happens to be half of it anyway. It happens to be one that I'm working on, which is Sirens, which I colored. It's a remix of an old book from the 90s. So with that in mind, my name's Barb Kjellberg. I am your hostess for the evening. Longtime a comic book artist from way back in the late 80s. And I now work for Silverline, and I created Divinity. Currently, I'm sewing. Yes, this is my current creative project today.
Sarge.
I am Master Sergeant. Yeah,
I was going to say that's an awful lot of stripes, so it must be a high-ranking sergeant.
Yeah,
okay.
he drags a bunch of new clothes in today. Mom, I need all the patches on these new outfits by Sunday. And oh, by the way, you're babysitting this weekend. So like, well, that gives me tomorrow. So yeah. He may be 41 years old, but he's still a kid. Mom, can you sew these on?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And you do it.
Yeah,
and you do it.
Yeah.
And
and
mom
next to me
in the short definition.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And next to me is the inimitable Rob Davis. You want to introduce yourself quickly?
Well, I'm Rob Davis. I've been in the industry about the same length of time Barb has. Started out as a letterer, then I became an inker, then I was a penciler, and it took off from there. Throughout the years, I've drawn everything from Merlin in the distant past to Star Trek and Spock, McCoy, and Kirk in the far-flung future, and all kinds of stuff in between. And lately, I've been doing a little bit of work on self-publishing stuff and a little bit here and there for Silverline whenever they ask me. Also, am a art director for a publishing house called Airship 27 with Tuesday nights Ron Fortier, and been keeping that going for a while now. So, how about this guy down here?
I know. I am Cassisi Harris. You can call me Kaz. I've been in the industry for about 2 seconds. So I'm a writer, and I penned a short of Trump's in the Christmas issue about 2020. I don't remember. It's 2022. I don't remember. A couple of years ago. And then I've also worked on Silverline Team Up Volume 2 with Miss Fury and Tempest. So hopefully you guys will get to see that coming out soon. And then I've also done some work on Divinity with Barb.
That's right. He's editing Divinity. And by the way, I am finishing up the last page of Divinity number 5. And I have 6 and 7 penciled. I need to ink and color, and I need to finish writing number 8, which then I will send to Kaz for him to tear it apart and tell me everything I'm doing wrong.
Oh, no, they're all good. Good.
Yep.
Yeah, but speaking of it, so we're here. Names? What's in a name?
What's in a name? And you would be ashamed to know how long I searched for the name Divinity when it was right there in front of my face the entire time. You know, I'm trying to think of a name. Well, she's got this divine power. What's words for divine? Duh.
Well, it's scary, right? Sometimes it feels, is this on the nose? Like you're like, is this on the nose? It's so funny. It's good.
Yep. We are in a very competitive market. And as you can see here, as of 2023, there were about 4,000 new comic book titles published worldwide. So how do you find something that's going to stand out amongst all that stuff?
You go, hey, look at me.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary. It's scary. And you're just like, how can I make my book jump out at you?
Stand out. Yep.
Yes. And then DC and Marvel dropped about 3,500 of them. Very, very good.
Not worldwide. I think there's more comic books out there worldwide than there are in the U.S.
Yeah.
I would think, because Japan is dropping stuff all the time, at least by page number, if nothing else, because manga are these big, doorstop books. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're huge.
And speaking of manga, comic book titles must perform a critical function in a handful of words. You want to grab them quick and fast. There is one manga title out there that was actually named The Adventures of a Blue-Eyed Dragon and a Pink-Eyed Girl from the Planet of the Beautiful Dragons. Now, you lost me about four words in.
How many Japanese characters was that? Wow. That'd be a lot of Japanese characters.
Yep. Pop says there are so many comics. Trust me, it is hard to keep up with just the people we know. Isn't it though? I've lost track of a lot of things.
Yeah, I plow through previews every month or whatever passes for previews and see all these titles, and I'm going, how can I possibly know which of these I'm gonna like or read? So it's got to have a catchy title, and it's got to have a catchy cover. Anymore for me. Yeah.
Titles need to stand out in a sea of competition in a crowded comic shop. This is one that jumps out at you. Obviously, I mean, everybody has heard of Superman, which is obvious, but just the name Superman is going to grab you first of all, and the imagery on the page is pretty self-explanatory. Pop says this is why we do the shows. Hopefully the creators are great at marketing. Well, yeah, some are better than others. And I struggle at it, I have to admit.
Well, it's a lot of work. It's part of the problem. And I've already spent a lot of time and work on doing the art, let alone, then having to turn around and do the marketing. So I'm not real good at it myself, I don't think. So
what's your thoughts on
is fun, but yeah.
What's your thoughts on this particular bullet point, Kaz?
It is hard. If we're talking about just standing out and you coming into the industry, it's so hard sometimes to get caught up in the old naming convention, right? Because you could, Iron Man is there, right? But you can't name your comic, or maybe I won't say you can't. Maybe you don't want to name your comic. I'm going to make something up, Bullet Man, because
anything man, because man has been used to death.
Because it's so, and the meta is out there, right? They've already done that, so it is kind of hard to stand out, especially against the old naming convention. But I think some folks do it well. Like there was one called Gutter Magic. That alone kind of draws me in, right? Like, man, Gutter Magic. I'm drawn to that.
Wonder what that's about. Yeah,
that's a nifty name. All right, that's point number 1. Point number 2, they need to telegraph your comics genre and tone. And I think one of the top examples of this is The Walking Dead. Now that pretty much tells you what genre we're talking about. We're talking
That's
horror.
really
And
and zombies, more or less. Yeah.
and the
it's
tone
zombies.
is grim, and this very much, I think, portrays that.
names are so good when they hit too. Because The Walking Dead, that is so good. Like when you think about what is conveyed in those 3 words, that's such a great title.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
they could have just said zombies and
Yeah. Or
Right.
Zombie Man.
right.
but
Or
and that
Zombie
wouldn't be
Man.
half, and that would not be half as impactful, I don't think,
No.
as The Walking
Walking Dead.
Dead.
I would love to talk to whoever came up with that title and how they came up with it.
And if they thought it was good.
Yeah, did it come to them? Did it just come to them, or
Mhm.
did they work through a list, or how did they come up with it? I
I
would
wonder
love
if they
to
even thought it was
pick their
good, or if
brain.
they thought it was garbage when they came up with it. Like, "Oh,
It's possible.
this is like the worst one, but it's the only one I can think of," and they put it
Yeah.
out, and then and then you're like, "That's beautiful.
Boom! It just
Why can't I think of it
boom.
like that?" Yeah.
Well, it hits on all points. It tells
does.
you what genre you're in. It conveys a tone. It it tells you pretty much exactly what you're aiming for and the audience that you're aiming for. I mean, it hits on all points. Pop says the FMC exclusive wraparound covers right here. Go to the link that he provides in the notes in the comments. All right, next. Number 3 point. They need to be memorable enough to pop back into a reader's head.
Yeah.
Like Bouncing Boy is not something that's going to pop into my head on a regular basis,
Right.
but a dynamic
Jeez.
name like Spawn, that's going to stick out. That's not a regular word that we hear in everyday conversation.
Yeah,
right?
Spawn of what? What
Right,
is it the
exactly.
spawn of?
Yeah.
I mean, it raises a question. And okay, spawn what? So yeah, I mean, it does not. I personally, I don't think it describes the character at all.
No.
It's
No.
just a name. It's just a name, but it is catchy enough that it doesn't matter that it doesn't describe what the character's about.
The character
Personally,
hero.
personally, I prefer that type of title is something that describes what's in it. But anything that's catchy like that it's memorable works. So,
And it's so cool because I like what you brought up, because they could have said Hellspawn, right? Or
Mhm.
and that would have
Yeah.
been more descriptive of what
Yeah.
kind of, not fully, but kind of what you were getting. But
Mhm.
Spawn is just a question mark.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
because let's face it, salmon spawn.
right.
Son of salmon.
I like that. I like the fact that there's that implied question mark that kind of draws you into.
Well, yeah, exactly. Spawn of what? What kind of spawn is it? So yes, yeah, it works. Yes.
Yes.
Now
they
let
need
me
to be
ask you, if
memorable.
you couldn't see that cover, would you want to read it? You know what I mean? I wonder, some of these, if you couldn't see the cover art. I know they work together. Yeah, they work together, and it's hard to separate them in comics, right?
No, but the word, yeah, it creates something in me that wants to say what Rob said. Spawn of what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it raises a question. Yeah.
So yes, I would still want to find out what it's all about. All right, number 4 should pique curiosity. Oh darn! I threw my own book in there. Yes,
Duh.
But I threw it in there because this is a Jeff Johnson cover that he did for me, and he is a master at covers, and it piques your curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
He did such a great job penciling this, and it has become by far my favorite cover that sells the best of all of the covers. This one sells the best, and because you look at it and it piques your curiosity.
Yeah, especially I agree. Especially the eyes in this one. like, because you wonder, you see she's got the power to heal, but you see this young lady, you see the orb or the power that's emanating from her hands, and then you see the blank eyes, and you're like, okay, I wonder what we're getting into in this. I want to see, right?
You wanna figure it out.
I like it.
What's behind the cover? Let me see. Yeah, makes you want to look.
And if you go back to the previous one, Spawn, that also piques your curiosity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
That, and it immediately appeals to a certain, the previous one appeals to a certain audience in comic books, because of all the spikes and the chains and the there's a whole audience out there that looks for that kind of stuff. Yeah, for the macabre and for the that's cool cover, man. I got to see what's inside. So yeah, and this is a similar in that. Okay, what is she all about? And what's with that glowing thing in between her hands? And and her eyes. What's up with that? So you want to open it up and go, okay, let's find out.
You want to pique the curiosity.
Peek them into peeking.
Must capture the soul of the work. And we could tell pretty much right off the bat, the word invincible kind of gives you an entire idea about what this superhero comic is going to be about. Comments, Kaz?
I Invincible doesn't hit me in the same way, but I do agree. And it's hard. This cover is so good that it's hard for me to separate the title from what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing draws me in. I don't know if the title, because Invincible is such a I don't know if that title would draw me in, but it is a good title for what it represents. I just don't know if,
I think in this, I think in this case you're right. I think the image on the cover works better than just the title. The two of them together,
right?
Ask a question. Okay, what is this about? He's obviously superpowered, and is he invincible? So,
and this is what I mean. This to me feels like it relies on that old naming convention, right? Like meaning, you have this beautiful image of a superhero with that simple title, like Superman, like Iron Man, Invincible, right? Avengers. Like it's almost like as a newbie getting into it, this would be dangerous for me if I had like a Unbreakable. Like, okay, well, yeah, most superheroes are unbreakable. Thanks, right? Like, it doesn't really, most people are invincible that are superheroes, so you got to give me something, right? Like, it doesn't. You need to do more.
Yeah, if you've read the book at all, it kind of plays. It does give you an idea about what the book's about.
Yeah.
In that title and that cover.
It's descriptive.
Yeah, it is descriptive.
So we're obviously dealing with a superhero. I've never read the book, but just by looking at this, I can tell that we're dealing with a superhero on the probably on the line of Superman. He's very strong, sort of.
Yeah,
and
strong and somewhat invulnerable.
Right.
So yeah.
It's actual human psychology. For those of you that are listening only, this says there's actual human psychology behind what makes a good comic book title. The human brain latches onto specific types of words and phrases easier than others.
Yep, absolutely.
So you want to craft a title that is going to appeal to the human psyche. Like, for instance, what if a concrete images work better than vague abstract ideas? So this is Hellboy, where Hellboy has been scratched out. And the new title of the book is, I Don't Want to Be a Monster. Yeah. Which one do you think works better?
Hellboy.
Well, yeah. Hellboy is very intriguing. I did that on my iPad, by the way. I did not find that online. I made that.
but yeah, and Hellboy kind of plays against that whole convention of Superman, Superboy,
Yeah.
bouncing boy. To go back to that silly one, but yeah, it kind of plays against that convention, and then you see the imagery, and you go, oh, it so it kind of raises a question because it's serious, but it's not serious. So which
Right.
kind of describes the book. So it's
Well,
hard to describe Hellboy.
the concrete image, obviously, Hellboy, we're going to deal with concepts of hell and demons and the devil, because that's right there in the title, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to something vague like I don't want to be a monster. Well, I don't want to be a monster either, but I feel like it sometimes. That's very vague. So you want a concrete title over something vague. And trust me, I read webtoons where I don't know if they're translated this way or whether anime actually name their books like this, but there are so many ridiculous sounding books on webtoons.
Well, and that may work. It may work better in Japanese, especially if we're talking about those. The translation something gets lost in the translation. I don't know.
Yeah, stuff like the princess finds a boyfriend. Wow, that sounds exciting.
We're a different culture than Japan, so that may the word princess means something probably a little different to them than it does to us. So
That's
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Emotional triggers. You want to hit an emotional trigger in your psychological campaign here. The best comic book titles evoke an emotional reaction: fear, excitement, curiosity, power. And I happen to throw this one in because this is our upcoming crowdfunder, and I thought it was an excellent example of this emotional fear, excitement, curiosity. We have a half-naked woman on the cover, which already will evoke curiosity. Fear, you see the skeleton figure in the background, the zombie or voodoo. So you're already getting a taste of what this book is about, and it's hitting emotional triggers. Kaz?
Yeah, I think that's a woman cowering at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
In chains. In chains even.
That kind of evokes the fear thing too. You kind of see fear, and you kind of see the excitement, the kind of twisted excitement in this skeleton creature. I think it does. I mean, I think it does. And then sirens, you kind of want to understand how that will kind of manifest in this book, seeing this cover. So I think they're both working together to really pull you in, and just like we said, and what I think it was point 4, that pique the curiosity. So this really does pique curiosity, and it really does kind of evoke all 3 of those emotions that you put in there. So,
and even if it was just the title alone, sirens, I don't know about you, but just the word sirens evokes in me trepidation. Because of all the connotations with the words. I mean, it's got a dozen different connotations, but every single one of them is not good.
They all lead to death,
or trouble. They all lead to trouble of some sort. Yeah,
that's right. So even the title sirens is like a little bit chilling to me, anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, here we'll go to 3 sound patterns. Alliteration, rhythm, and phonic flow matter more than you think. And this is the quintessential Fantastic Four. There's also Dr. Doom and what are some other Peter Parker? What are some other alliterations?
Bruce Banner.
Yeah, Bruce Banner. There you
go. That's what's really funny about Iron Man is that Tony Stark.
Right.
That's completely that's completely off the grid on that. I mean, Susan Storm, Reed Richards.
Yeah.
So yeah, Johnny Storm is the only one. Johnny and Benjamin Grimm are both kind of off the beaten track. But yeah, there's a lot of alliteration there.
Oh, good one, Pop. Stephen
Stephen Strange.
Strange.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah. Alliteration
Otto
can be.
Octavius. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Although I think in my honest opinion, it's been done a little to death by Marvel.
Mhm.
Well, I think a lot of that came from the fact that Stan Lee was editing or writing so many books that in order to try and remember, he had to do something like that with the names of the characters in order to remember it all. So yeah, it's an as they call a mnemonic trick, so you can remember something easily. So I think that's part of it.
But it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you as the writer can remember it, so can the reader. So it's an easy hook to get people to understand which character's which. So
Matt Murdock,
yeah, Matt Murdock. There's another one.
But for a title of a book, this one, Fantastic Four, and there's also Doctor Doom was a title of a book too. I'm trying to think of titles, Marvel titles that are alliterative. I'm not coming up with any off the top of my Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Silver Surfer.
Yeah, yep. But my mind is drawing. I read like half a dozen or more of them this afternoon, and you think I can think of one now? No. When I need it. No, I can't. All right, so alliteration is a good route to take if you want people to remember the name of your. Spectacular Spider-Man. That's
Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah.
Peter Parker is the Spectacular Spider-Man. That's right. How about the Invincible Iron Man?
Yeah. Yep. I.
There you go.
It's not alliterative. It's not as alliterative as because it doesn't have a hard consonant start. It's a vowel that starts the word. So
yeah, true.
But having a consonant. Here's another. Yeah.
Length matters. Most successful comics titles are 1 to 3 words long. Rarely do you see 4-word titles. Longer can work, but it's much harder to remember and less practical on covers. And I have shown one of our favorite Silverline titles, Cat and Mouse, which is both a short title, easy to remember, and it's a familiar phrase, so it sticks in your head easily. It's recognizable, and I think it works very, very well for the title of a book. And just an aside here, the first Wednesday in December, I'm going to do a deep dive with Roland on how he came up with this book. So first Wednesday in December.
That should be interesting. I would think.
Yep. Kaz, any Rob, any comments on length matters?
Absolutely. Fantastic Four, 2 words. Avengers, X-Men, Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers.
Best comic title ever, LOL, from Pops. And that's 4 words.
Alliterative, talking about alliterative, yes.
But yeah, I think that's why I kept Divinity short and sweet. It's just 1 word, but like Avengers and whatever. But I think.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead, Bart.
The only other one I can think of that is long, that stands out as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a long one. When that first came out, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
But it works because it's so odd. You're going, what the heck? What's this? Teenage Mutant Turtles?
Yeah.
Ninjas?
Ninja Turtles.
Ninjas.
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninjas. And then you add turtles and you go, okay, what's this about?
Yeah,
so yes, it works. Yeah, it works big time.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Any words of wisdom, Kaz?
No, I echo the points that you guys made. The simple, if you can convey an idea in the simplest, fewest amount of words, that is the biggest kind of gain, right? Like, again, Cat and Mouse. It's so good. You think of so many things. You think of Tom and Jerry. You're not even trying. You think of how are they going to convey cat and mouse? Are they chasing each other? Oh, they're both on the same team.
And
Are
which
there
one's
powers?
cat and which one's mouse? That
Right.
always,
What's
because
the
it could
power set? Am I going to see
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
right? Your
Yeah.
brain just kind of runs wild when you kind of hear that. And so if you can, again, like gutter magic, your brain automatically goes, what am I about to see? Right? Does that mean that it's a class of people and they consider them gutter, or So I like the short titles. I think if you can do it, it's like I don't know, it's like a feather in the cap, right? As opposed to trying to explain the idea in a sentence for your title. So
Yeah. Okay. Mistakes that can sink a great comic. Too generic. The Dark Hero could be described 500 different comics. So, that's a very generic title. Don't pick something like that. That's too generic. Too complicated. If it's hard to pronounce, remember, or spell, it's not going to sell. Wrong genre signals. Don't make your horror comic sound like a romance. Copyright issues. This is a biggie. Trust me. Always check if the title is available. Better to do your own original work than to
Google
face
is
Google
your
issues.
friend.
Yep. When I started Divinity, I Googled. There was a video game out there called Divinity, but there were no comic books. And now I see that there is another comic book out there named Divinity, but I had it first. So yeah, definitely do your homework on your titles to see if it's been taken, because you don't want to have somebody like Disney come knocking at your door. Right, Kaz?
Yeah.
With all their lawyers behind them.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And these are not easy. I mean, these sound really easy. But these are very hard, right? Because
It can be, but
yeah, I think you as a writer will doubt you. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for all writers, obviously. I just think that there's a lot of doubt that happens, right? You almost, you come up with something and you're like, that's too corny, right? And then you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. So I think you come up with a stable of names, you do the search to make sure. You may weed several out just by doing searches on, do those titles exist? And then you kind of hone in, maybe get opinions from a select few people that you trust, and then go from there. Or you can blast it out on some kind of forums that you trust to see what people think of your choices too.
And that's leads to one of the ones that we're coming up on. Search your potential title. If it's buried under other results, it won't be searchable on Amazon either. And the biggest mistake of all, Kaz already touched on it, falling in love with a title before testing it on real readers.
Yeah.
I mean, you may think you have the greatest title ever invented.
Not just your buddies and family. Find somebody
Yes.
who's not biased in your direction and throw it past them. So yeah,
you can by mistake be disrespecting things too. Like it's so important to kind of test it with some.
Yeah, get somebody else to look at your title because
right.
Woody says no one wants to see Goofy with an axe outside your people. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
People will ask me why I don't do like prints of like princesses from Disney. I'm like, no, I don't. I know I don't do a lot of big name shows, but even the small name shows, I'm not going to mess with Disney. And Woody says, and then you cross your fingers and hope you get lucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like and subscribe, kids. Like and subscribe.
Thanks, Hyper.
And Royal Airship 3008 says it took us a year to come up with Steam Patriot.
I like that.
But
name.
what a great title!
Yeah, I know.
A great title. I love that title.
I know. That's so
it's so descriptive, and it puts that question mark in your mind. What is this about? So yeah, I like it a lot.
All righty. Characters. We're gonna move on to characters.
Oh, okay.
Oof, yeah.
All right. And here's a meme. I'm gonna take, and is this how you come up with your characters? Rob, I'm gonna use the first letter of your first name, R, which is shadow. and the first letter of your last name, D.
Mhm.
Shadow Justice. Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one.
That's interesting. Yeah, Shadow Justice. Yeah.
Oh, all right, we'll take Kaz. We're gonna take Kaz here.
Dark Skull. It looks like
K.
Yeah.
Let's see. H H
H,
G K. Dark. What did you say?
Dark Skull. Yeah.
Dark Skull. Oh, that sounds
Ooh,
like an
that's kind
image
of
book.
nice too. Yeah.
That's a villain though, right? That's like a villain name.
Well, these days it's
Well,
hard to tell the
Punisher.
difference.
That's true. That's very true.
And me, I would be Turbo Cobra. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's kind of a good one. That's a
I
good
kind of
one.
like that one. Yeah.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
No, seriously though, there are name generators out there online that will come up with all kinds of interesting names. So,
and you can use that as a prompt to get your brain working. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to follow that, but you can go, okay, how can I turn this on its head? And so, yeah, you can use that as a starting point and go somewhere with it. But sometimes it'll just come, what is my character? And it'll come to you what the name is. So, yeah.
Oh, here's Roland's. Roland's would be Shadow Warrior.
That's a good name.
No, Shadow Soldier. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's cool. Let me see. Okay, so there you can go online, you can type in superhero name generators, and you can either look for images, which will pop up ones like this, or you can actually go to websites and type in the characteristics that you want, and a little background, and it'll pop up with stuff. So that's one way to do it. It's not the way that I would recommend, but it's one way to get the juices flowing, I suppose. When you pick a name, you want to pick something that's going to reflect their personality, like a harsh sounding name for a villain or a soft one for a kind person, like Kitty name. You can consider the background, a character's ethnicity, family history, geographic location. Even if it's a common name like Jason for an Italian American. And this brings up a point. This is a pet peeve. Okay. So everybody wants their names to be so special that it gets to be irritating for me. So I just went into Amazon and I clicked on 4 or 5 random books. Okay. And here's the female names that came up in those, just the ones I randomly picked up. Ariane, Princess Azure, Rowan, Serena. And here's the men's names I came up with. Eld, E-L-D, Cade, Castile. Like, what happened to John? Or Brian, or something like that. Everybody wants their names to be just like
Todd. Todd. Dan, Don.
Well, it's striving to be memorable, right? They want their characters to be, I would assume they want their characters to be remembered in the ethos, right? You want to remember a Cade or a Craven
or a Sherlock.
Sherlock,
yeah,
that's a good one too. Yeah, like that name is so unique. It's not, which John are you talking about, right? When you say, John, right? Like, so I can see why, but it does get overdone. Like,
it's very overdone.
Yeah, there's only so many. Like, if it's off-putting, I like your point before. Like, you want to pick certain sounds that kind of go with what the personality of the character is. If it's a harsh, Karak Vaken, and it's supposed to be like a gentle princess, like that doesn't really hit well. So it gets so overdone when people try to put so much in these names sometimes that it doesn't really hit well. Sometimes
there's a certain convention to naming as well, because you get into there's the da 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 da,
right.
the Beethoven's Ninth, Solomon Kane.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you go,
And you also have
yeah.
you have to take into account also the time period and the genre. Like Depression era names were like Myrtle or Millie or Ethel, whereas a fantasy character might have a unique invented name like Daenerys I don't even know how to pronounce that name. The one from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Targaryen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which is unpronounceable, by the way. Which I think is a huge mistake, but that's coming up. There is only one Crom. That's true. That's true, Woody. Cultural context. In some cases, a name might be chosen to reflect a specific culture, including its naming traditions, or even based on gods or star signs. So that would tell you a lot about a character. Your character is by keeping to the correct culture. And this is right winding down here. Keep your names distinct. Avoid similar sounding names for different characters to prevent confusion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Make them pronounceable, which is the one I was just talking about. Daenerys Targaryen on Game of Thrones. If you read the name, it doesn't sound anything like that.
Yeah, and if you're like me and you hear, and when you're reading, you hear it as well as read it. So I get to that name and it stops me in the book because I can't hear it. I'm going, how do you pronounce that? How does that compute? So yeah, try to avoid that.
And again, these are rules, but then unless your intent is to do that to the reader, like I want to disrupt your brain. I don't want you to be able to ever pronounce this. So I'm going to say it or write it, and then I'm going to refer to it as the person who should not be named, or the nameless, right? Or one who's, we can't say it in our tongue or something like that.
How many people got the Call of Cthulhu right off the bat?
Yes,
No.
Yeah.
Or how about the Oedipus complex?
Yeah.
Named after Oedipus, which starts with an O.
Yeah. Oedipus?
Yeah, Oedipus. That's right. Some people call me Barbara. No, seriously, I did cartoon work for Nickelodeon on one thing, and that was Angry Beavers. And they spelled my name wrong. How can you spell Barbara wrong? They spelled it Barbara. Come on. My only animation credit, and they called me Barbara. Barbara. Jesus. Okay, be consistent. Once a character's, and I broke this, by the way. Be consistent. Once a character's name is established, stick to one version, e.g. William versus Bill versus Will, unless changing it is part of the story.
Yep.
Yeah, see, Divinity, her name is Divinity, and she's called that by other people, but within her family, she's just called Vinny.
Yeah.
So the shortened version between her brother and Olivia and her parents was Vinny, but she's known as Divinity. So I actually break that.
But it makes sense. It makes sense, though, that, families would have nicknames. In certain families, you go, where did Bubba come from? It's because the little brother couldn't say brother. So,
and again, I think
it's called a Bubba.
I think I like that the end of this says, unless changing it is part of the story. Like, I think you've designed in the relevance of changing that name, meaning, this is what the inner circle says, and this is how other people know, right? And so I think as long as you design it into the story that this is how the name changes, and this is the set of rules where that name is used, I think the reader could follow.
And I wanted something that would flow with her brother, because his name is Zachary and Divinity. All right, I wanted Zach and Vinny because it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
So
but
I shortened.
It also sets up a possibility in stories, in that if you have somebody come into the story that the reader doesn't know that they know Divinity, have them call her Vinny, then you go, wait,
Yeah.
Everyone else calls her Divinity.
Yeah.
Why is this person calling her Vinny? So that could be a story point.
Or an imposter, right? Imposters
Yeah,
come in
yeah.
and you can quickly go,
Yeah.
oh, well, they're called. Why would they do that? They don't ever call her Divinity.
Yeah.
Rick always calls her Vinny. What's going
Vinny
on?
Yeah.
Barbarino on Welcome Back, Kotter. Yes, Woody. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
You might want to consider root meanings. They intentionally choose names with specific meaning to add to a subtle layer, like Barbara actually means barbarian. I don't know what Cassisi means, but
it means priest.
really?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Did
is
not know that.
awesome. Yes, that is awesome. And avoid obvious associations. Be mindful of names that might be too on the nose or have unintended associations that detract from the story. Like, you probably wouldn't want to call your character Adolf.
Right.
You know, that might be
unless there was
distract.
a reason, you know,
Right.
unless you wanted that connection. But no, yeah, if you want a different connotation, you better avoid names like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my very quick 45 minutes presentation on titles and names.
Good
And
timing.
I know,
It is
because
45 in.
I know. I hope there's somebody on the other side that's going to throw the switch for this, because I am not.
What's the matter?
I knew that.
Oh, for the connection.
For the Kickstarter,
for the
yeah.
Kickstarter.
Or I mean, for the crowdfunder. Sorry, we
yeah.
are starting a crowdfunder in 15 minutes, and it is.
It may be automatic. It may already be set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope so. I hope so. And let me tell you a little bit about it. And Kaz, do you have any way to bring it up on the screen? Because I do not.
I would have to. I can't from the account that I logged into with. I would have to log back out in the show and then log back in.
Oh shoot. Okay. That's all right. I'll tell you about it. It's Sirens, which we kind of previewed earlier in the evening with one of the covers. Sirens 1 through 3. I know I've done 4 of them.
Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I lied. Maybe I can.
Oh, good. That would be great.
I'll have to see if I can find that cover. Because I did an alternate cover.
There. Oh, you are awesome, Kaz. Awesome. We have 2 books here, and I'm sad to say that I only know about one of them because I actually worked on it, and that is Sirens. I don't know what scary book is. I don't remember what it's about, but it's in Sirens. We have this investment broker, and I can tell you, Jeff Delmer, and he sounds about as exciting.
What a name!
I know, Delmer. Well, when we meet him,
it's great.
When we meet him, he is that exciting. And he's bummed out. He's bored. His life as an investment broker is like so exciting. And then he meets Lois one crazy night on the town in New Orleans, and his life changes forever. He falls in love with her during Mardi Gras, and all of a sudden she disappears on him after a night of passionate love. And he discovers that she's actually a loup-garou, which is kind of a monster from voodoo culture. And that because of his association with her, he is slowly turning into a zombie. And if he doesn't find her and break the spell, he will be completely zombified.
Oh,
whoop! We lost her.
We lost her.
Oh no!
Come back, Barb. Come back.
But what I know a little bit about the story too, because I did some alternate covers. But anyway, what the story is, that the series is about him trying to chase down the one person or that did this to him and did this to his girlfriend, so that he can save himself from becoming a zombie. And strangely enough, he gets associated with a full zombie that goes along with him the whole way and helps him out. it's really a wild and crazy story, but
It sounds like a
it's
fun read.
it's very serious.
Whoop!
I was telling them a little bit. You blipped out,
I
so
know,
I was
we had
trying to
a
continue what you were saying about how the series is this guy trying to find the person that did this to him, that caused this thing to start turning him into a zombie.
yep, we had a
So
blip in the electricity. Sorry
you
about
just
that.
yeah.
I know.
Oh gosh, no wonder.
Yeah, it's this gal who wants eternal life, and she uses her loop guru gals to enslave guys to become zombies to provide her with this eternal life. So they have to figure out a way to get out of this, and we have Sirens 1 and 2 is already out, and it sells well on my table at shows. So now 3 is here on this crowdfunder. I'm not sure if 4 is going to be later or not. It's done. And then the other story, have you either one of you read?
I have not read Scary.
I've seen it, but I haven't actually read it. So I know next to nothing about it. So I mean, it's a great story title.
Right.
Is it funny? Is it serious? Is it really scary, or is it not scary? So yeah,
Well,
it's a
the
great title, but
story,
I know nothing about it.
the story on the scary story is when the ruler of Hades notices that hell is turning into a not so bad place. He discovers demons are being summoned to Earth because a spell book has been released to the public, and now just anybody is summoning demons. I know what I'd do with one, but that's just me.
Oh man,
Oh,
that's
no.
a great concept.
With the demons gone, there is no one to torture souls. So Lou
Oh,
C. Fur, Lou,
Oh,
oh
wow.
my, that's funny.
Lou sends Crimson back to Earth to fetch the book with the aid of an unwitting bookstore owner, Marty Applegate.
Oh,
Lou C.
what
Fur.
fun. What fun.
And it looks like we've got plenty of artwork for sale.
Mhm.
We've got yours. Pretty sure that's yours. You must have sent your pencils
Yeah.
in. Yeah, you
Yes.
have with the panther.
I will have to find that somewhere. I'm looking. I've got cover number. Yeah, I've got cover number 4 sitting here, but I don't know if I have that one here. Nope, I don't. So
Yep,
I'll have
we
to dig it up.
we've got the beautiful cover with them in the swamp with the Black Panther, which is another manifestation of evil. The Black Panther is hanging off a limb,
There it
looking at
is.
them.
There's my pencils.
And it's
That's nice.
$125. That is a steal.
It's really nice.
Yes. So we have original artwork. Let me see here. Next page.
Oh. Yeah, tell me if you want me to go faster, Barbara.
Oh no, I'm actually looking at mine. So yeah, if you can scroll down a little bit and show Rob's cover.
Yep.
No, he got
Oh, it's
that.
back there.
That's
There it
the
is.
pencils. Yeah, the
Mhm.
pencils. Yep.
And we've
if you look at the finished one, Barb did something different. With that stuff in the background there, she
Mm.
went in and inked that completely different from what I drew. But what she did was perfect. So
I don't remember what I did.
uh,
Let me see here. I have to go back. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was hoping I could see it right here, but
you're
Well,
looking at the inks. I don't know if they put the inks up.
no,
yeah.
it's
Did they
up at
put
the
the inks
top.
up for sale? Oh, okay, yeah.
It's up
Well,
at the
it's
top.
colored at the top. Yeah.
Yep, go back up to the top. Go back.
Oh, right here. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't make it that big, unfortunately.
No. Well, for one thing, you had it all blacked in, and I thought,
Yes. Well, I had a lot of leaves in the background,
Yeah.
and that Black Panther in front of it, and it did kind of get lost in it in the
yes,
pencils. So what you did with the inks that fixed that. I was hoping that, you would you or whoever inked it would do the leaves in the background, really thin lines and heavier lines on the panther in the foreground. But what you did is even better than what I imagined.
I made it fit.
You made it work. You made it work, which is
So
what inkers do.
That's what they pay me, the big bucks. Woody says, thanks for bearing with me. I have missed out on vast trenches of culture. So have we, Woody. So have we. Yes, siren. I know. You get it. The name sirens, it evokes all kinds of weird vibes with you. Yeah. If for those listening in, Woody has put up a bunch of emojis of cop cars and siren and ambulances. So yes, it's a good name.
Then while you're there, pick up any back issues of Silverline stuff.
That's right.
Twilight Grim, all that good stuff.
For every single one of our crowdfunders, we offer the chance to not only buy the books being offered for the crowdfunder, but any Silverline back issue that you may be missing. So if, say, Twilight Grim, which is one of Rob's books, and that's another catchy title, Twilight.
Yeah, I like that.
And here's that Twilight Grim. It's bum, bum, bum. So, yeah.
So if that all of a sudden, that sounds like a really cool series, you can get all of them on any of the crowdfunders by ordering from the back issue catalog.
Yep. If you missed something from previous crowdfunders and want to pick it up, there it is.
All right, guys, jump in anytime.
I mean, and then before we go, I mean, we really know you can spend your time anywhere else, right? So we kind of value every second you spend with us. So if you like us, if you like what we do, if you just want to show your support, please like, subscribe, do what all the cool kids do. I don't know.
Tell your friends. Yes, tell your friends.
Share. And even if you can't, let's say you can't pitch in on a crowdfunder, just sharing it helps. So
yeah, really,
just taking the link and just spreading the word that, hey, this team is doing some really good stuff. And again, the stuff is made. It's not like you're paying for a dream, right? Or an idea. I mean, it's created. So we just want to get the good stuff in your hands so you can read it and see the hard work that people put in. So
the only thing left for any of these books is the thank you page.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything else is ready to roll.
It's ready to rock and roll. It's straight to the printer. And believe me, since I'm the CFO of Silverline, I see the invoices and they come in within like a week or two of a crowdfunder wrapping up. I've got the invoice for the printing. So, I mean, it happens fast, very fast. Yeah. So, anybody have anything else they want to add before we wrap it up for the night?
We can't think of anything.
Please go out and follow the links that we have posted in the comments to the crowdfunder, and it will be starting any minute now, in 2 minutes. And try to be the first one to.
Yeah, because the artwork is one of a kind. So if that's what you're looking for, get in there and get it right away.
Yeah,
I just need to find it. So when the time comes, I can send it off.
That would probably be a good idea.
I don't know where it is right
now. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Probably be a good idea. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I know we kind of rushed through the covers and the names and stuff because we had the Kickstarter, but I think we covered quite a bit of ground in a little bit of time. We hit all the key points. And as always, I thank Rob and Kaz for being here with me because I would probably chicken out if it was just me by myself. I would make up an excuse. Oh, technical difficulties. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
And I'd be gone. So, as we like to say,
yeah, no, you even had an excuse tonight. You did blip out.
I did.
Yeah, you disappeared. You definitely disappeared. That was pretty funny.
Right in the middle of a sentence, too. The electricity blipped for just a second, and that was enough.
So anyway, yes, what do we say every week?
Make mine
Silverline.
And bye, everybody.
Hey everyone, this is Jose Marzan Jr., anchor for Marvel and DC, and make mine Silverline.